Welcome to day 2 of the Brand Trifecta Challenge. I'm your host, Kay Putnam, the psychology-driven brand strategist. And again, I'm so glad that you are here. You're amazing. So day 2 in this challenge is the signature style scavenger hunt. And we're going to collect all of our inspiration into a public board on Pinterest. There are instructions in the PDF that were in your email on what to name your board and what to put as the description so that I can see it. So I can see what you're up to and see your amazing progress, which I'm really excited about. Now, the key for this exercise, I think this is a really interesting exercise because most brand development people, or most brand designers at least, this is the entirety of their process. So you identify inspiration that you want to find for your brand, and then you design based on that. But my process goes so much deeper than that. It's really just the icing on the cake for me. I always start with the psychology of your brand first, the core message, when I'm working with one-on-one clients or my students in brand new brands. And this is just one small element. So that's why I feel comfortable giving away this process, like having us all do this together, because it's such a small part of the overall picture. But it's also one of the most fun. So I thought it would be a great way for us to bond, to make some real progress on our brands in identifying what our signature style is. So the key to doing this exercise well is to not just look for pretty things that you like. I know, like mind blown, right? So here's the mindset that I want you to keep as you're looking for inspiration. Think about back to day 1, the clarity of opinion, like the beliefs that you believe to be true about the world, and how you can communicate those in your brand visuals. And I have inspiration categories beyond just visuals. So we're talking about your ideal clients, the brand experience that you want to build with people, the messaging that you want to explain. So one of the first steps that you'll do today is to identify just some inspirational quotes that describe those worldviews that you identified in day 1 of the Brand Trifecta Challenge. Or if you haven't done that, just look for a brand quote or like inspirational quotes or quotes about success that deeply resonate with you and your business. From there, that'll help you get into the headspace where you can start to look for visuals that communicate that message, which is the powerful link that you need to have a brand that people identify with on a very emotional level. So let me explain what I mean by this. So if one of your brand values is a sense of generosity, perhaps you've taken my quiz and you found out that you're the caregiver brand archetype. So this sense of generosity and giving and taking care of people is deeply, deeply important to you. My quest for you today is when you're going out and looking for visual inspiration, find design elements and photographs and emotional situations that are showing up in like art or portraits or design that communicate a similar feeling to you. Surprisingly, all of my one-on-one clients and all of my students in Brand New Brand have this. You have this ability. Even if you're not a professional designer, once you know what you're looking for and you go out and look for things that communicate that specific thing, you start to see patterns. You start to see things coming up over and over, whether that's like a color palette, perhaps like a design element that keeps coming up. So perhaps you equate being cared for with getting a bouquet of flowers. You start being drawn to designs that have more flowers in them. One example. You're going to see this come through naturally. And I'm really excited for you to have some of these aha moments as you're pinning these pins. But now instead of just looking generically for inspiration, you're keeping that kernel of truth in mind with the emotions that you want to bring into your brand and the psychology underneath it, which is born from your archetype and from your belief system. So that's my position in the market. I think most people they approach branding design first, and I do it the opposite way. I always start at the very bottom of the pyramid, like I like to say, and at the base of the pyramid is the emotional resonance in your brand. It's the psychology of your brand. and the design piece is just at the tip. All right, so have fun. Don't limit yourself to just Pinterest. Look elsewhere on the web, and you can pin items by including the URL, like adding a pin to your board. And then also make sure that you're adding the hashtag brand trifecta so that I can see everything that you're pinning. Lastly, bonus points if you head outside. I'll tell a quick story just as a point of illustration. So I got new personal brand portraits done about 3 days ago, and I was stuck on a location because I wasn't sure what I wanted for my brand. So originally I was thinking, well, I should go downtown to Naples, which is about an hour train ride because it has like urban and some great textures and obviously like some beautiful architecture and that type of thing. And then I was thinking a little bit close to home, and there's this little port town called Pozzuoli that is also beautiful because it's on the harbor and there's lots of sailboats that are docked there in the port, and cute little shops and cute little alleyways, that type of thing. But once I actually like just stepped outside of my door, which is about 10 or 20 minutes away from Pozzuoli, and started looking around with my brand in mind, I found 10 places within a 10-minute walk of my house. So I found some great triangles. I've identified triangles as a theme in my brand. You can see it up here in my brand watermark because triangles in math indicate change. It's the change in something, the delta. So I was seeing triangles everywhere. I was seeing these colors that I'm drawn to, like the deep purples and the grays and the whites, the monochrome. And I was also seeing some really great textures. So think about ways that you could walk around your house or walk around your neighborhood to identify inspiration for your brand. We don't ever want to pigeonhole our inspiration gathering to our specific industry. So say you are a business coach for female entrepreneurs and you're a female entrepreneur yourself. We don't just want to look at other female entrepreneurs' websites. It's really important to get outside of the box, get outside of your industry, to bring in inspiration that's going to be even a better fit for you. Not all of us need to have a picture of our desk on our website with a gold metallic. For some people, that's completely on brand, 100% on brand. But for other people, it's not. So try to keep your brand in mind as you're gathering this visual inspiration, and I think you'll be really excited with the results. Be sure to post in the In-Demand Brand Facebook group the link to your public board so we can see what you're doing, and we may even be able to see some patterns that you haven't identified yet in your own tastes and inspirations. So follow along with the scavenger hunt list for specific ideas on what to look for, and I cannot wait to see what you find. All right, have fun.